Hi, 46 subscribers. Um, I want to talk today about one time when I was ghosted by our client. The story begins when, from the cold outreach that we were running and still run, um, primarily using cold emails, as I mentioned, probably already several times. We did try cold calling, we did try cold DMing and messaging on LinkedIn, but the best way that what worked for us the best was cold emails. In video that got viral a few days ago, I mentioned that I earned $0 from sending 200,000 emails. It is kind of true, but of course there are more nuances. I closed several clients, and I'll talk about this video probably in a few days. So one time, of course, as I already mentioned, we provide AI services. So we develop advanced AI solutions for B2B businesses, primarily for wholesalers, manufacturers, and retailers, distributors. So basically, the businesses that have physical locations and usually sell physical products. So at that time, there was a campaign that we were running. I believe it was for I can't remember where. It was like a month ago. So it was a client that got interested for you know that said, okay, let's talk. And he actually, what we usually do, I'm not gonna tell you what our offer is and how we try to catch attention of this clients. But basically, he got interested. We sent him some materials, and actually, it was an owner of the business. Then he transferred us to a marketing director. So we got on the call with marketing director. It was me. I still do all the sales calls myself. Um, and it was she. She was very excited. She was very excited. We had first call. We then provided more case studies and more materials after the call. Then, no, I'm lying. It was probably 2 months ago. Yeah, and the ghost part happened around 5 weeks ago. So the first call happened, probably 2 months ago. After the call, we were waiting for, we sent all the materials. We were waiting for like a week, then followed up. They didn't respond for a few days. This is, usually because they are pretty busy. Then they said that they're interested. We want to hop on another call, the second one, with this director as well as two other team members. So we got on the call. I got a technical guy from my team because they were having technical questions on how to connect their like ERP with the AI. So we went through the call for probably 50 minutes. And then, another week we were waiting. And then they said, sure, Eugene, we are ready to move forward. And at the time, they already got an idea how much it's going to cost. It was not the final price, obviously, because we do one part and then we provide the actual final price. Guys, listen, again, maybe I will tell you at some point of time, in my future videos, what our offer, what our payment structure is. I just don't want to do that. I actually didn't want to tell you even what my niche really is. But then I understood that it's pretty hard, to explain something or to give my thoughts if I'm not gonna like even share the niche. So yeah, like just remember, you can like say that I'm lying or I'm making this stuff up. Don't care. I have 40 subscribers. Okay. So this guy, this girl, actually, woman, girl, whatever, she said that they ready to move forward and they want to sign the proposal. So I actually sent the proposal, sent the invoice for the first payment, and we plan the next call because we actually do have like usually we make another call, the final one, and then they usually make a payment the same day. Maybe it's not correct. And guys, like you, like I have a lot of guys who were commenting under my one video that got viral. Maybe yeah, I'll have like some comments under this video, and you might say that I was doing a lot of things wrong. And I agree, I'm not a perfect salesman, obviously. So, but I'm just trying to give an idea how maybe for some of you that don't know that, or again, I'm not trying to teach you anything. Like it's just my experience, just sharing what I felt at, the, at that time. So so she said that they're interested, send all the details. And then the funny part, so we were actually trying to book a call for the next week, and we were, the previous calls we were booking for Eastern time. So I was saying, okay, so will, Wednesday, like 2 p.m. work for you? And she said yes. So I sent her an invite. And of course, right now, like in all my emails, in my signature, there's a calendar link, obviously, but I don't usually. So this is still like the thing that I test. Actually, I actually do A B test it right now. You know, what's the percentage of bookings when I try to book an exact time, uh, or when I try to send the link. And of course, ideal case scenario, you provide some time and say, okay, sorry, if the time doesn't fit, you can find any time from my calendar. But like since it's in my signature, I didn't mention it. So I sent her an invite, but then she replied that, oh, Eugene, it's Central Time, not Eastern. I said, okay, my bad. So then I sent her an invite, but it was my mistake. I sent it this, like, you know, correct time, but Central, correct time, but Tuesday. She said, Eugene, correct time, but wrong date. I say, oh, okay, my bad. Then I sent Wednesday, and this is when it gets interesting. So I still like, guys, like seriously, there is a see, because I use a Notion calendar, and in my calendar, I'm not gonna share my screen just for it, but you can imagine a calendar, and there are four, actually, yeah, so there are four columns for different time zones, and I have CDT, EDT, PDT, and my time, so Israeli time. So, and I was actually booking using this CDT. It's Central Daylight Time, I guess. So it's a Chicago time. But there is also a Central European. It's obviously not the correct Central Standard Time. Okay, so and if it's Central Standard Time, um, wait, so if it's like 6 a.m. Uh, Central Standard Time, because I can Central Central Daylight. Yeah, there's daylight and standard 6 a.m. Yeah, right now it's like basically Central Standard Time and daylight time. These are it's the same, but at that time maybe it was my lag. So like I was really confused at that point, and I think I sent the wrong time. So I think like I was supposed to send Wednesday 2 p.m. and I guess I sent it for 3 p.m. And she said, no, Eugene, not correct. The third email, basically. I said, well, I'm sorry. It was like Friday. And I say, I like tried to make a joke, sorry, it was like Friday, my bad, can you please, I'm pretty confused right now. Can you please go to my calendar and book a time? So she booked the actual time, the correct one. And the fucking correct time was Wednesday, the same time I sent her the last invite. I'm not sure what's going on at that point at this stage. I was not sure. So okay, I thought, great, she booked it. Everything will be good. It was not for the next week. It was the week after the next week. So basically, in it is Friday, and 10 days or whatever, or 9. So, and then she actually, the next week, Tuesday, or it was Monday, she canceled the meeting. without actually, notifying me. So when I saw the cancellation, I said, "Hey, I saw you cancel. Do you want to reschedule? Maybe, or I don't want to say maybe something wrong to not be like too pushy, right? So I just say, "Hey, do you want to reschedule?" And she was not replying, and then she got back to me saying, "I'll let you know," something like that, and that's it. This is the end of the story. Again, it was, and then I followed up in a few weeks, probably a few weeks ago. She did not reply, and I'm pretty sure I went to the right inbox. So usually we follow up like every few weeks. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe something happened. But it's like strange situation, and I pretty sure that something happened in her brain that triggered the maybe the emotions. Like I'm not, I don't know how to explain it properly in English, but basically, like, she thought that something is wrong. Like, is this guy stupid that he like can't actually even book the fucking correct time central? And of course, she knows that I'm not from US. That I like go back and forth between like Israel and US, but primarily I'm in Israel. But like maybe she's thought about like something besides our services, and then yeah, so it's just, and it was a client, so I was planning, so we would make at least, $7,000 to $9,000 just in pure profit from this collaboration. That was I was planning. Of course, there are a few stages, and on each stage, she could and they could, stop it without paying the whole amount, but still. And this is the part, where it's just the cold outreach. And this is, I wouldn't say that I hate cold outreach. Maybe I do. But it's very, very hard when you are begging for people's attention. Um, when I have like referrals that come to me and say, "Hey, Eugene, we want this service," so it's so easy to sell them because especially in my situation, like I have the case studies, I have the experience, I understand how to sell. I am confident in my solutions, in my products. We're not selling the software. We are like developing uh, a something unique to each client. Of course, it's not productized agency, so it's much easier for me to sell on the referrals, on the people who know me. But for the cold outreach, even though I have all these materials, all the case studies, all the clients, I sent her, like, after the first call, I sent her materials where she can contact my clients and talk to them. But like, and still, like, I was not able to convert her. Like, yes, like maybe you tell me that it's like my fault. Yes, it is, probably, because I do believe, like, I'm 90% sure that it's because of this situation. 10% maybe something happened, maybe it's just a coincidence of something happening at the same time in their company or in her life. Um, but it's very, very hard to sell services on the cold, using the cold outreach. And a lot of people saying that it's kind of, yeah, they're not saying, gurus are not saying that it's easy, but it's very understandable. They trying to like put you an idea that there's a way, without the case studies, to provide the work for free, to work for them for free, then they become your case study. And I'm not saying that it's impossible, but it's it's very hard. It's very hard because, guys, like, again, I'm not like gonna explain what my service is, but they these guys, maybe it's because of the niche, maybe, but they don't fucking need your services for free because the time is very important. So they don't want to waste your time, to waste their time, even if you can provide crazy guarantees. Like, it's just, maybe it used to work that way. Maybe it does work this way in certain niches. But for the most part, I do not believe in it. I just don't believe that it's that easy, even if you have all the leverage in terms of the case studies in the world. I do believe that it's much easier to grow using the incoming traffic, or for the people who are actually looking to your service, even the paid ads. When you run the paid ads, and yes, guys, I have not, surprise, I have not tried paid ads for my agency. This is something that I am planning to start. Great that I started this YouTube channel. I will probably document the journey. But the idea is that, like, even when you run the paid ads, you put your like offer out there like an ad, and if a person is interested, they will contact you, book the call, go to website, see the VSL, and then probably, like, hopefully convert. And when we are talking about the cold outreach, you primarily contacting prospects that don't need your service. Please, please. Oh, okay, no, comment. Like, comments are great for, like, actually growing the video and making more views. Comment. I'm gonna reply to you. I reply to all the comments, but, like, you can say, Eugene, you need, like, of course, it's just the prospect problem. So you need to contact the right prospects that need your service. Again, when you sell like websites and the business don't have the website, doesn't have the website, obviously, yeah, so this is the right audience and that they need it for sure. But in my case, like, I'm not fucking teaching you anything, I'm just giving you my case. In my case, it's not that straightforward. You cannot be 100% sure that this business needs this solution, even if you're fucking confident in everything that you do. It's not happening. So that's why it's very, very hard to leverage cold outreach. That's why volume negates luck or talent, right? But still, as you can see, we'll see if I actually lost her, or maybe she'll reply to me eventually. It's probably my fault. Everything needs to be perfect, when we are talking about the cold outreach. And shit happens. Um, shit happens. Just wanted to share this experience. Yeah, thanks for watching.